there's Carol Costello, who is on after, oh gosh, I think it's after the power hour's over, or around 9 o'clock, I think. Anyway, she is such a lead the jury and leading the witness to a conclusion person. It's so easy to see with her how they handle the story, and especially when it comes to vaccines. Well, obviously vaccines are safe. We know that, don't we? And we know that there was only one fraudulent story that showed that there might be a relationship to autism, and that was disproven, wasn't it? And he lost his license, which they don't tell the rest of that story either. So it's agenda story after agenda story. Like I was saying, there's three main stories: vaccine, Ukraine, and Jordan. And they go between those three like there is no other news. Well, yes, they've been, hitting on, there was an accident in New York, and the rail train hit a car, and that's horrible, and a plane crashed in, I forget which country it crashed in, but it's, and 21 people were killed in that air crash. But it's the three main stories they keep going between. So that is the agenda. And they are trying to get you to believe that Russia is bad, Ukraine is good. We need to go over there and support all those Baltic countries. Number two, we need mandatory vaccines. And that's the way all their stories end up. So obviously we can see that we must have mandatory vaccines, right? And then the other one is, now, should we consider putting parents in jail for not vaccinating? And they haven't put on one vaccine-injured person, nor have they interviewed one vaccine-injured person. And they don't do that because they keep all the focus on vaccines are good, they're perfect. Anyway, moving on, the government elite employees at the House of Representatives and the Senate have seen it, and the media has seen it, but you're not supposed to see it. How long will it take before it gets on the internet? That's right. Probably is already there. The other story that is huge is measles outbreak, and boy, are they using this story to create quarantine and mandatory vaccination. It's going to be ugly for those that have not vaccinated and choose not to vaccinate their children or themselves. It's going to get ugly. It's going to start with children first. Has everybody forgotten all of the Gulf War veterans that were injured by vaccines, who came down with unbelievable cases of multiple sclerosis, Guillain-Barré, Lou Gehrig's disease? Have people forgotten all of those? And it's like, hush, don't talk about that, because we want to focus on measles and how bad it is. Really? There's 102 cases in 14 states. How many per state? That's not even one per state. I mean, that's not even two per state if you were to include all 50 states. It's amazing how they were making the measles epidemic to be so bad, given the fact that we all had measles. It was no big deal. Everybody went over to somebody's house to get their children exposed to measles. But now it's because they want to sell vaccines. It's a big deal. They're even talking about putting parents in jail for this. Are you kidding me? And so they have two people come out, Rand Paul and Governor Christie, and they play, good cop, bad cop with the issue by saying that parents should have the choice. And Rand Paul says he has seen and heard of vaccine-injured children, but my children are vaccinated. Of course, everybody that is an MD or DO will end their statement by saying that, except for a couple of physicians who are out on a limb and being threatened with having their licenses removed for not vaccinating or not supporting vaccinations and or pharmaceutical companies. Hey, and also, what are the 7 spices